How's it going, guys?
Good. I
Coach,
just had my birthday this week.
Nice.
I'm 50 officially.
Hi,
Uh-oh.
Nick.
What's up, guys?
enjoyed your whiteboard this morning.
Good. Good.
Coach thinks you have a filter.
Um, yeah, it's actually we have two whiteboards in the gym. One's all the previous and original members, PRs. I have all my original numbers on there too, and then we have that's where we used to we used to do like small classes and training sessions, personal training out of there. And it just worked out. Noah liked the whiteboard, so I started using it to make some content for you guys, organize my thoughts a little bit.
New one coming today. Watch out.
Which one?
The one that there's only two we've made. So the one that we posted a couple weeks ago, you just made a new one this week. Remember?
Yeah,
There was one up this morning.
Catch put it in the article.
Oh, not on Instagram yet. My bad.
Yeah, because he wanted me to reference that in the write-up because he
Okay.
was getting a lot of questions on the rep schemes.
Wow. Embarrassing. All right.
Yeah, that's so everyone's well, at least within the app is up to date. I'm sure we'll get uh some good interaction with it. I don't know if the clip of me throat punching myself with the axle was on the one in the app. I had speed work cleans with axle, and that set was just a disaster. I was messing with some foot position on my clean work, um, and I under peppered it. Not enough pepper on the first one, and too much pepper on the second one, and caught it right in my throat. So if it wasn't on the one he posted in the article, keep it on Instagram. It's the intro to like kind of catch your attention is me almost decapitating myself with a 315-pound axle. I don't kind of mess up. I almost die when I do it. That's just my style. I don't if I'm gonna fuck up, I'm all in. You know what I mean? If I'm
Yeah,
be
I'm gonna.
I'll be all the way wrong.
I gotta watch that just so I feel better about my little fuck ups.
Yeah, it's I'm not a forethought guy. I'm either that worked out, I'm never doing it again, or that didn't work out, I'm definitely never doing it again. So that's usually kind of how that works. That's let's see, we can get these form checks fired up. Now that we've got a nice little crowd in here.
Oh, this is Roger Harris. This is my first time logging in on one of these, but I'm here.
Okay, cool. Where is there we go. That's what we want. All right. Hmm. There we go. Everybody can see. I didn't mess that up.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so we're kicking off with some a deadlift PR. I love this. Out front, Gabe, but it's okay. You pulled it.
Yeah,
Weight in the tank.
this one, yes. Now I had a few fails afterwards when I tried to add more weight.
You see how that bar swings out away from you?
Let me see on the second rep.
So you did it on both. It was much more drastic on the first. So there's no reason why you can't pull this. This is why it's not moving. Bit now it's way out front.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So
Oh,
that forward swing absolutely took your soul. So what it was is if this is your lever, when that bar swung out, you went like that. It's the difference of you picking up something like this and you trying to pick up something like this, if that makes sense. You gave the advantage to the weight.
yeah,
So
it might be. It was actually end of the regular deadlift set, so I just tried to do a few like extra reps on the PR. So,
well,
it,
you could have pulled it. It's just you didn't pull it because of positioning. And this is a pretty drastic change when that bar moved. I mean, it moved a solid. Let's see, you're setting up, getting ready to pull. Inputting power. I mean, look, that moved a solid 3-4 inches. So now it's
s-
out front. We're way behind the bar. So the reason that happened is very simple. So look at your shoulder in relation to the barbell. Our
yeah,
hands are behind our shoulder. So when that bar comes up off the ground, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to swing out into parallel in perfect line with our shoulders because gravity. Look at that.
yeah,
So all that means is when you set up, we need to come back more to our heels so our shoulder comes in line over the bar and you bring that bar in close. So as soon as that bar moves, it goes straight up. It's not a strength issue. It's just this is a game of quarter, half, and inches. And all that is, and on a lighter set, you'd have pulled that all day long. But when we go for PR, the margin for error goes significantly down. So the good thing here is you've got more in the tank. All we need to do is get you kind of back over the bar a little bit, and that bar's coming up every single time.
okay. I didn't notice that. I thought I was just exhausted because with the 110, I still thought I have more in the tank. I just with 120 it didn't move, and I tried 115 afterwards, like after all these reps, and it also didn't move. So I just gave up then.
Yeah,
But
I mean, you compounded fatigue for sure, and then, but honestly, the biggest, nail in your coffin was just out of position. That was it.
mm,
When we go from there to there, so our butt kicks up and goes back, which pulls us away from the bar even more. So your butt was going this direction, the bar was going this direction. You've got leverages going opposite directions versus just up. So all it is just a little fine-tune error. That's all it is, but it's amplified because it's a PR.
okay, I know what to
So
work
you
on
can
now.
sleep at night knowing you got the gas in the tank. We just need to get it in the right direction. That's all.
Okay, I will try again.
Not a bad day. See how your squat's looking. Setup's looking great, getting steady, getting braced. Like that back position, nice and rigid. Pretty vertical bar path. A little bit forward deviation in the out of the hole. You're coming down, bit coming rolling forward ever so slightly.
Yeah,
It's subtle.
I was trying to like drive more into the bar as you said last time because I think last time it was a bit more
Yes.
forward.
It's looking much better.
Okay.
Well done.
Thank you.
1 week turnaround and a night and day difference. Okay. Bench press. This looks pretty good. I mean, limited on how wide. I'd like to see you slightly wider, but I know with the length of this bar, you're kind of limited. See how our hands are inside of our elbows. You'd probably be right up against those collars, honestly. But you're working with what you got. Not ideal, but it works. It's just going to be more tricep heavy than it is chest heavy because of you're essentially doing a close grip. Maybe that's the goal. I could just put my foot in my mouth. If you're doing a close grip, that's a close grip bench press.
Yeah, see, that bar is just a 5-foot bar. I actually got a 7-foot bar over the weekend. So today I actually was able to use the 7-foot bar. But
There we
this was
go.
with a 5-foot bar. So this is what I had at the time.
Yeah, like I said, you're making it work. With that 7-foot bar, you'll be able to bring those hands out over your elbows more, and you should feel a little more power available.
Got it.
Overall, it looks pretty good. I want to get that grip width kind of down, and then before we really start tweaking anything else, I don't want to feed you with a fire hose. So let's feel it out. Let's get your hands in the right position. Remember, your bar path looks good. It looks like you're driving up towards your face.
Right.
So we've got a lot of good things here. Let's get you used to that grip width, and then we can fine tune on the rest of the body position. But nothing catastrophically wrong here. It's sound. We're just gonna polish it.
Cool.
Nice job.
Thank you.
All right.
And these are straight leg deadlifts.
Okay. So, here. This we need flat. This is what we don't want in a straight leg, RDL, any sort of deadlift, bent over row. This is called flexion. It's light enough that you're not really risking injury, but under a heavier load, that will cook that lumbar for sure. So with that, a straight leg deadlift, our range of motion is the range of motion that we can keep all this neutral. So with SDLs, we aren't picking up. We are gliding back and forth with our hips past our heels. So my stiff leg deadlift range of motion is actually somewhere in there. When I push back further, you see what happens? I'm not actually sliding with my hips anymore. I'm folding.
Right.
And we don't want fold. We want those hips gliding back and forth, squeezing our butt, being the main driver. So shorten the range of motion. Let's see what that looks like cut it in half and push your butt past your heels as far as you can. And let's see how that.
Cool.
You should get a pretty gnarly stretch in the hamstrings pretty soon.
Okay, cool.
Good. Stands up. Redrives. Brilliant. Not bad.
Oh, good.
The only thing is, off the floor, you're jerking.
Yes. I actually wanted to ask a question about that. I find this is only the second time I've done these. I did them like years ago when I was younger, and there was a lot more drive. And I find, my shoulder press can't hang it. So I find I'm still doing it the old way. I'm exploding up to get under the bar, and it's clearly rocking me back. I wasn't sure with the lighter weight for the press. Like this isn't a lot of weight for the shoulder. So I definitely can feel that.
So we're going to dissect this from the ground. Your setup and position, everything. I love this. This is great. We're a little bit forward here. You see, and the barbell here. That's okay. So when we're talking an actual technically perfect jerk, it's a different position than a deadlift. I don't go into the weeds with that here because it's such a high level movement to do it at an Olympic standard. It's a waste of time. It's hard to most people, and I don't want anyone to take this personal. This is not a slight on anyone. I don't clean the bar from an Olympic cleaning position because I'm a strong man. We don't ever do barbell cleans unless it's conditioning. We always have an axle, and you just can't because it's an axle. So I don't really teach it unless someone wants to learn Oli. I just need them to clean it in a safe and majority efficient manner. So I'm not going to come at this with like, you need to drop your butt. We need to get you in a quad dominant position. I'm not going to hammer you with Olympic technique because it's redundant. It's too far into the weeds. Most people aren't trying to step on Olympic platform. They're trying to clean and press for workout, feel good, get stronger purposes. So we don't need an Olympic standard. With that being said, this position, 90% good. I'd like to see you kind of sit back slightly to get those shoulder overneath the bar. What I was talking about, Gabriel, with his deadlift.
Okay.
Very similar concept here. But the thing that stood out to me, you see this, you come down. So this is jerking. So what that does is under heavier load, when you jerk and you do this, it's going to pull you out of your position because your body can't react to the tension. You will see some really, really strong guys do it on certain lifts, but because their posterior chain is so overdeveloped, the weight threshold isn't there to pull them out, which is what happened here. It didn't pull you out of position because it's so light. Heavier load, that will pull you out of position.
Okay. Yeah.
So I want you to pull the slack out of the bar and snap it just like a deadlift and get tight. Get those lats tight, get those arms straight.
Okay.
We
Great.
don't risk losing our position that we've gained.
Okay. Great.
This, you see how that distance is, see that gap?
Yeah.
We want you kind of you move the bar around your body versus your body around the bar. What we want to do is actually, as we come up off the floor, I want you to think jump and shrug.
Okay.
So what happens is when we catch, we are rotating as it floats, and we catch, and then we stand up. So we actually want to jump and shrug. For your clean, since you've got a lot of good components, right? We can attack this cue. I want you to go slightly wider than your deadlift grip.
Okay.
What that will do is it will require a slightly hips lower position.
Okay.
But it will put you in a better position for this. So when
great.
You're much better you're here because we don't front rack here, we front rack here. Right? So let's go literally just outside your shoulders. So when you jump and shrug, if you see when Olympic lifters clean, it actually comes off of their hips. They use what's called oscillation. When their hips collide with that bar, it literally, when they practice the drill on an Olympic bar, they will go here and they will bounce the bar off of their hips. And they're getting an oscillation effect to launch that bar. It's not just explosiveness they're using.
I see.
I don't need you doing that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to show you how the techniques differ and what we're going to use. But I do want you wider so you get that high pull and you can finish with triple extension and drive because when you're too narrow, that's what brings you out front because you can't get here. You got to go here. So we widen that grip up. It'll keep that bar. Look how far away even from your legs.
Yeah.
If we widen that grip up, you'll get closer and you'll be able to just catch it. Where you landed, how you received the bar is great. You catch and you stood up. You took your time. Get your rack position, re-brace. This is all really, really good. A lot of people catch it and then try to go right into the drive, which is called a reactive press. It's more of like a conditioning element rather than proper clean and press technique. This is good. You get set. I want to see if you brace. I want to see you brace here. Big belly breath.
Okay.
Set our feet out slightly wider because we want our knees going out and not too far forward. You see how when you dip, your hips come forward. Look at our hip position here. Look at that. We're sagging. What we want is a nice vertical drive. So we catch, we step out half foot width. So when we dip and drive, we are vertical. Our knees are going out over our toes and it pop. It's hard, fast, and explosive. Then from there, this is good. You're driving to the back of your head. I'd like to see the bar a little bit more here over your crown.
Okay. So I loved how you began. I cut out the part of the video where I punched myself in the chin doing one of these. Is there should your head be slightly
Yes.
back, or could I?
Yes. So if you're punching yourself in the chin, see how your chin's past the bar? When we're in that front rack, we actually, it's kind of hard for me to show with all of this, but we're here, our head is back, and our chin is up.
Okay.
So we're looking at something here. So when we drive, we're through. We move our head around the bar, not our bar around the head. So you're actually pressing this direction and then coming through.
Okay.
You're pressing towards that crown of your head I mentioned right here. So when we land, see how you come up, you're out front.
Okay.
You're pressing like it's a strict press because you're leaning back, so your hips are underneath the bar, but the bar pad is actually out front. When our legs are involved, we don't need to do all that. So we move our chin out of the way, and it fires back over our head. Overall, it's not bad, man. I mean, you could have done it like this for the next, couple years and been fine. Saw some progression, but we're gonna polish that and get it much cleaner. And I don't want you to rush into the press. I want you to catch it, get your grip set, get your feet set, squeeze your butt, brace, dip drive, throw catch. Think throw with my legs, finish with my arms.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. That's great. And I appreciate you and your time. Thank you.
Of course. That's why I'm here. Same thing, Richard. Same cue as before with the stiff leg deadlifts. We're way out front and we need to be sliding our butt back.
Got it. Thank you.
Let's see how these look.
Hi. Nick, Madison wanted to say hi.
Hi, Madison.
She's asking why we can't have tomatoes inside pancakes right now.
Because that's
I'll let you guys get back to it.
Tomatoes do not belong anywhere near pancakes. That is the very third world of you. All right. Richard, best lift so far. You've got long torso, short femur. So high bar or low bar is going to work for you, but I don't really want to mess with that right now. I'm just talking leverages, thinking out loud here. Main things we need to address with your squat is, I like this position. This is good. Proud chest, tight upper back. I think if we see how those heels are rising?
Right.
We need to get your feet out.
Out wider? Okay.
Nothing drastic.
Okay.
Like a foot width on each side. Turn those toes out. Because we want our butt to go between our feet and we want our weight to be mid-foot to heel.
Okay.
We don't want to be toe heavy.
I notice almost all my squats, even when I do just like my own body weight, I'm always like up on my tippy toes when I go down. And then when I try to drive up, I try to drive in my heel, but then I'm setting my heel back down in order to drive back up.
Yeah. So it's because you're so narrow, I think. It's not allowing you to get between your feet. Your position from the hips up, I mean, you've got great range of motion. There's no mobility restriction here. We just need to get your feet in the right position, and I need you to sit to your heels. I want you to send me a video of goblet squats with this new squat position because I want to make sure our feet are in the right place. And what I want to challenge you to do is do it barefoot. The reason why is do it barefoot because I want at the bottom, I want to challenge you to try and wiggle your toes.
Okay.
And this is just going to exaggerate it. Because when you're squatting, you should be gripping the floor like her, right?
Okay.
Squatting, deadlifting, all that stuff. But it gives you a physical cue. Okay, I'm on my heels. If you can wiggle your toes, your heels cannot possibly be off the ground.
Got it.
So we're going to start with that. We're going to get wider. I want to see a goblet squat. And then after you do a couple sets of goblet squat, move to the barbell with that same position and apply.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Ooh, I like that position, Andres. Thumbnail looks good.
See,
Beautiful. You dropped height too, didn't you?
yeah, you did. Yeah, you told me
Yeah.
drop a plate.
Good. Let's work this height for another week.
Okay.
And then what are those, 45s?
25s, but they're pretty high. They're like, I don't know,
Whatever
like
the
3
next-
inches.
Whatever
Yeah.
the next plate down is, so you're like inch and a half-ish.
Uh-huh.
Let's work this ROM for another week. Keep doing those hip mobility, cat-cow. Then
Yep.
2 weeks' time, drop to the next set of fucking words. I don't know what to use.
So this one for another week, we check it, and then the week after I'll drop plates.
Yes. I want to make sure this is set in concrete, and then we drop plate.
I did one yesterday. I mean, this is from Tuesday. I did one yesterday, but I didn't tape it.
Well, you're fired.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, let's do this for one more week. Set it
Yep.
in concrete, drop thickness, and then, dude, you're about to be on the floor with an all-new deadlift form.
All right, cool.
Really good job.
All right, thank you.
For those newcomers here, Andres was having trouble getting in position. So occasionally, when we're struggling to get things to come together out of the hole, we work the deadlift from the top down. So we start where the position is sound, and then gradually over time, just like pin squats, we build that position from the top down. Because sometimes it's just getting your body to hear you. Good. Drive more towards your face. So what you're going to want to do is slide your face underneath the bar. Your head should be kind of where your armpits are. So when we come out of the rack and we're actually driving from our chest line back up to our face, you don't hit those J hooks. I want to see a slight arch in that back, so you're squeezing your butt. Squeeze our butt, create tension with that back. So we have leg drive driving up the bench, not up into the air, up the bench. And when you come out of the rack, Laura, I want to see you snap the bar so this all gets tight. I want to see those shoulder blades down underneath of us. Overall, not bad. Just a couple fine-tuned things. Benoit was another one we built deadlift wise from the top down. Now he's on fire. So seated clean and press. This is good. Use a little body English to whip him up, but it's what we needed to be doing. If you look, he's not making a giant circle, swinging him out in front. He's kind of getting a little bit of forward momentum and snapping him up to his shoulder, rolling right into the press. Benoit, these are great.
All right. I wanted to show you how I jump on the bench a little bit, but you saw it's not that much.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. It's just a little bit. It's okay. The movement is doing what we needed to do.
So here, you're for the purpose of the video, you're gonna see it's a bit funny, but I lift my kickstand leg just to show that
No, that's good.
I'm not using it, and today I feel like super sore in the glutes and the hamstrings.
You're keeping that hip forward. I don't want you extending to the point it jerks you off balance.
Okay.
So I know you're doing a violent input, which is good. You're accelerating, but this is an assistance movement. So we don't necessarily need the violence we do with a barbell because there is a balance aspect to this. And I don't
Okay.
want your lockout to throw you off canter. So you don't need to jerk the last inch through, but just hard stop.
Okay.
These are day difference, man. You've gotten so
Well,
much better at these.
I have difficulty to understand what you mean with the hip being open or like.
So a lot of times when we are, I'm gonna do it from this side. So this leg's back. A lot of times when we put that leg back, look how it opens up my hips.
Yes.
So what you have to actively do is drive that hip forward. So now I'm square. And you'll feel that pull in your hamstring of the forward leg much sooner.
Yeah.
Because what tends to happen is when people kick back, it opens, right? So you'll see it from this angle too. It opens. What we want to do is, so then they're actually square.
So you noticed in my form check that I was opening it?
Not as much as you were before. It's getting better.
Okay. So it's getting better. Okay, because
Yes.
I tried to focus like a few form checks ago. I thought I needed to open it more, but then now
we want to keep them
closing
square.
it. Okay, all right.
It looked much better there.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, so we're kind of breaking down Amelie's clean and press.
Yeah, with the dumbbells this time because I didn't have the barbell.
Yeah, that was good. That was much better. They stay close.
But it was small weights because it's deload week, so it was weird.
No, this is a great start, Amelie. I like this. I'd like to see a little bit faster of a transition here because with a barbell, you won't be able to go slow like that. You've got to catch it. Like it's got to boop, like a nice, snap under.
Yeah.
But from
brace.
this point up is all good. I like this position. They're coming straight up your body. We just need to get you to fire those elbows under a little bit faster, and we'll really be bringing it all together here.
Okay.
Nice job.
So the elbow. Thank you.
What she was referring to is deload week. I know Jen mentioned it because we were talking about it in the group chat. I want everyone who is coming to the Arnold and plans on going for PR. This is not a heavy week of training for you guys. This is, I gave everyone a general rule of thumb. Anything 50% and below. We want technique work. I want you polishing those lifts, working on the cues, the neural side of this, and letting your body recover. So when we come into the Arnold and you guys are testing PRs, you got gas in the tank, you're coming in fed, you're coming in rested. You're doing the same thing as me. You're deloading right now. I'm actually peaking. I have a really, really heavy day tomorrow. It will kind of be I'm in a calorie deficit, but also pushing hard weight-wise. Tomorrow is my biggest singles day. I have ramping singles. I'm running conjugate. That's a whole nother can of worms. I'm ramping up for 3 singles, then we're coming down, then I'm ramping up again for 3 heavier singles. So this will, depending on, I'm down about 3-4 kilo with nutrition. I'm sitting at like 96 kilo. I set usually around 100 kilo, and then we'll get me close to 95 kilo, and then come Monday we start Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, Monday we start water load. 8 liters, 10 liters, 12 liters on Tuesday. Then water comes out Wednesday completely. And then I cut the last 5 kilo of body weight with the sauna and sweating. So we're all kind of doing the same thing here. We're getting ready for a really big week of lifting. And mine just looks a little differently because I'm a psychopath. Elizabeth, good bar path.
Okay, so it's fine now. Like the
Yes.
last time you said my arms are too far outside.
Yes. So you see how you're turning out at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
We want to keep you here.
Okay.
Yeah. We want to keep nice neutral elbows underneath our wrists. Think of like this is our power train, right? So if we're here, it's not in line. We want to keep everything in line to go into the dumbbell.
Okay.
If anything, I want you a little bit more here. We never want to be here. Either perfectly like a barbell or a much more natural, like semi-neutral. We don't need to be totally neutral. A semi-neutral position is a really good place to be for dumbbells, and it'll probably feel a little bit more natural for you. But the direction of your press here to here, that's lovely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Your bar path is fantastic. We just need to get this
it here.
in the right position, and you might feel a little bit more power available out of the hole. But from that's as low as you honestly need to go.
Okay.
Because that's keeping you in a better position.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, 10 out of 10. Well done.
Thank you.
Good job. Progressing along nicely.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. Ooh, it's cold in there, boy. Look at that lat tension, hips come through. Andy, you're putting on a deadlift clinic right now.
Thanks, Nick. Yeah, your cue from the last time, I think, really got me set.
I don't want to mess with this.
All right.
I think as you go heavier, here's what's going to happen. We're going to polish this. You're going to get stronger. It's going to get heavier. Then something else is going to rear its ugly head, and we're just going to rinse and repeat. That's strength training.
All right. Sounds good.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So overall, pretty good. Richie, your hip position. So we see how we came down with our hips. And then what happened was input power and our hips kicked up. So we come down. This would be great and probably work better if it was a trap bar, but it's not. At least I don't think it is. Can't honestly tell. No, that's no high bar. You can see by the end cap there.
Yeah, I have a front view of this one too. But yeah.
The side view is telling me everything we need to know. So when you input, watch what happens. What do you notice?
Hips go up.
Yep. That's your deadlift position. So your hips, we're trying to find power so your leg drive could start. So our hips actually want to start here. Our shoulders are in front of the bar, so as you get heavier, that bar is going to swing away from you. So what we need to do is actually get your hips a little bit more behind you and higher, so we come back and our shoulder is directly over the bar. It's just going to be a very subtle adjustment. So bringing our hips up and back will actually suck our position back. So your body is actually out front and your hips are too low. But it's light enough that your back tension controls the bar. So let's see when you come down. That's your deadlift position. You see how much closer to that barbell is underneath your shoulder and how much higher your hips are? Gravity always fixes things or catastrophically destroys them. Gravity's a bitch like that. But yes, this position with just slightly higher hips, that's our deadlift position.
Okay.
Let's watch another rep. Yep, same thing. It's going to be a very subtle change. It might be physically hard to feel, but this is why recording every set for your own to watch out for this position directly from the side right now is going to be your friend. It's going to give you the most information about how to optimize what we need to fix on yours. And it's not necessarily a fix, it's a making better. Because as you get heavier, that position is just limiting you. That's all.
Okay. Thanks.
See how it looks. Okay, this is good. From the front, we'll see. We're going to bring your feet in closer. 100%. See how our knees are tracking inside of our feet? That's also probably why it's throwing your leg drive off. So we're going to bring our feet in right underneath of our shoulders, point our toes slightly out. And it's going to feel totally different, but I promise you the ceiling of your deadlift and the rate at which it progresses with our feet closer together and that hip position, your deadlift's going to take off.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try that. You think that's also a reason for like inner knee discomfort? Because I do feel like sometimes when I deadlift, I get
Yeah,
kind of.
because your knees are inside the actual drive. So like what's happening, your feet are here, your knees are here, your femurs are here. So we have this, which we don't. We want a nice straight line and drive our knees out over our toes.
Cool.
Our knees, well, you should feel your knees on the inside of your arms.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. These are good. Shorter range of motion, but everything's staying in position. That's fine. When it comes to SDLs and RDLs, our range of motion is what allows us to keep position. Ellis, outstanding job here, man. Well done. That is an SDL. Beautiful.
It's Brannan.
Yes, nice high elbow position. I love it. Good. So the one cue I want you to work on is when we're in this position, because it's harder on a front squat, I want you to think about driving your elbows out. So what's going to cue that is squeezing your back. And it's going to hold everything a little bit more together because I want you to keep that chest as proud. Look, you adjusted there. I want you to keep that chest as proud as possible. But you've come a long, 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 long way on your front squats. This is fantastic progress. But you see how even in our rack position, see how we have this curve? That means we're starting to fold. So I want that proud chest, that tight back. It's hard to tell from this low angle. Low angle makes it look higher than you are, but we might be able to milk a little bit more depth. See, that looks parallel there, but a low angle is just there's some illusion to play. This is a really good rep, but that curve here, if you notice in your rack position at the top, we stay curved. We need to get that chest up, back tight. Overall, your front squat has come a long way, Laura. We're just polishing. I'm being picky now.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with these things, so. And I'm already a hot mess, and they make me feel like a bigger hot mess, so.
Yep, that's front squats for you. So we want to get those. We only need 2 or 3 fingers on the bar so we can get our elbows higher.
Okay.
Our hands are going to be a little bit more outside of our shoulders. It should be easier to get in that position. Depth, I just need you to sit lower. Trust your legs.
And I don't when I do these. I get in my head about them.
I promise you your legs can move it. Big brace in the stomach. We swell up. It's the complete opposite of trying to look sexy. We want a lot of I'm not even kidding. When I brace, you see that expand, and now I'm rigid. So before each rep at the top, you're going to re-brace, squeeze with that belly, and squeeze that upper back, and just sit for me. I just want you to sit. Trust your legs. Start with an empty bar, because I guarantee you, if you could probably goblet squat this weight.
Yeah, I know that's not heavy enough because I get in my head about tipping forward, not being able to get down deep enough, and not getting back up. So
your brain is the only thing preventing you from getting down there. It's not a strength issue.
Yeah, which I'm blonde, so you wouldn't think that'd be a problem, but it is.
Yeah. So, well, you're blonde, less thinky, right?
Right? You would think so.
It's there you go. I'm not blonde. I have no excuse for being an idiot.
Okay, I will work on just doing a bar and getting deeper. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Leah, you should probably wash that, judging by that reaction. We all have that one shaker cup. So it looks like we're a little bit far away here, judging from where the bar is and our feet. Yep. So as soon as you pulled on it, it confirmed what I thought I saw. As soon as we jerked, which I talked about earlier in this Zoom call. We don't want to jerk on the bar, because as soon as you jerked, you lose this position. You give everything to the bar. So you brace. Get in position. We're going to go nice and slow here because I want to see the moment it happens. Yep. Completely lost everything you just set up. And B, because that bar was so far away from you, everyone we've seen so far, their shoulders have been past the bar. So this is the opposite end of the spectrum. We're too far away from the bar. We're behind the bar. So as soon as it breaks, watch what that bar does. It swings to you. So we need to get those hips up higher, and we need to get that bar closer. So bringing those hips up will suck our knees back. It'll create a much more vertical shin position, and you can pull that bar in up against your shins. So when you pick up on the bar, it won't swing. And don't jerk. Hard input, but patient off the floor. You need patience off the floor with a hard input, because if we jerk, our body can't react to the load in time. We lose position. That is a little bit better, but you had to fight for that position. So your takeaways here: butt up, sucks your knees back, more vertical shin position, bring the bar in close. All right, we added some heel elevation. These are looking better. Look at that depth now. And you're folding less. This is good.
I'm trying to think about the folding. Yeah.
As you get deeper in the set, you get a little there. We can see the fatigue. We can see watch your heels. You see how we start to get toe heavy coming out of the hole? Right there. We need to stay to those heels and continue driving into the bar. This is going to be nose against the grindstone for you, because what's going to happen is we just need to keep getting reps and getting you used to that position, and just keep grinding that cue in. For you, it's just reps. Now that we've got this is such a better overall position in your squat. I mean, if you're high, it's not by much. I mean, it is the littlest little bit if you are high. This is so very close, top of the knee to hip position, so close to depth. That's depth. That's there.
Okay.
You're at depth.
Good.
We just need to keep this barbell from going so far over your toes. We want that barbell. Literally, the indicator is going to be that barbell. So the barbell, we want to see the end cap here come straight down over that midfoot is what we want to see. And that's
Okay.
just going to take some practice and getting you used to staying in that midfoot and heel. And you'll see the fold a little bit less and less over time because your weight's going to be where it needs to be.
Do I need to unload the bar even more?
It's just a matter of the movement pattern and your body knowing where it is in space.
Okay.
This is not a strength issue.
Okay.
This is just knowing where to be with your body. I want to keep you progressing the same. Let's change absolutely nothing other than keeping you more heel and midfoot heavy. I want you to think back a little bit more. So let's see how the descent looks. This is good. You break at the hips first. And I want you to keep reaching with those hips because that's going to pull you heel heavy more.
Okay. So think about hips back further.
Yeah, keep reaching with those hips so you can keep that chest up and stay to your heels.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're getting there. 1 week at a time. It's getting better. Literally every single check-in's gotten better for you.
Okay, great. Thanks for your help.
Always. So John went 1 pin lower on his pin squats.
It was ugly.
It's not that ugly.
Well, you should have seen me trying to get under it.
It happens. These are better, man. I want you to do another week here.
Okay.
Do another week here because the depth you're not that high, man. Like at this pin height, you got like 2 inches to go. Like another pin lower, I mean, this is a pretty big gap in these pins. Another pin or two, you're going to be exactly where we need to be. But I want you to get used to this. And again, same thing I was just talking with about Mel. You see how that bar is here? We're a little bit over the toes. So what's going to be is we need to rotate that upper back and squeeze those shoulder blades together to suck that chest out. And that will eliminate that top half fold, which will eliminate some of that forward deviation. Because you come down in good position, and then the last inch, this is what's putting you forward. Did you see that? That little bit of break in the upper back? That's all it is. So once we get that, squeeze that back and drive into that bar, it's going to keep your ass coming down. It's going to keep your chest from folding.
Okay.
You're like 98% there. Nice job. Pretty good. So we're folding a lot here. So kind of same cues I just gave to John here is I want you to keep that chest proud and keep driving your back into that bar because your folding is actually stopping your descent. So if you back up here, come down, your hips don't get any lower, but the bar comes, as you fold, the bar comes forward. You're at depth. We just need to get you driving into that bar and staying a little bit more upright. But the band's a really good marker. Honestly, you could put the band, I don't know if the arms will go lower. Because the band, we just want to touch it. We don't want to go down into compression. It's just the The band just needs to kiss your butt. Just a little, just to let you know you're there. You know what I mean? We don't need to press down into the band tension. It's just physical feedback. That's all it is. Of okay, I'm there, done. So we've got depth. We just need to get that folding out of the equation. Jeanette is deadlifting at 50 officially.
Yeah, officially.
Second rep was much better. You kind of had to
Yeah,
figure
I know
where
the
to be.
beginning part was kind of.
Just slow it down. Slow your setup down. Make sure you're looking at the bar, getting your feet set. Slow your setup down, get set, get where you want to be, then deadlift. There's no rush.
All right.
But they're looking better every week, Jeanette.
That was 165 the other day. I did like 125, I think it was on Sunday. So
that's good.
That was after taking a week off. So yeah.
Our birthdays are close. Did you know that?
Really? When's your birthday?
March 3rd.
Oh wow.
I have a
Mine
whole bunch
was
of
the
threes,
24th of February, so Tuesday.
like a week apart. Twinsies. These are good. I want to see more squat with your kettlebell swing. Get more legs.
Okay.
You got big, strong legs. Use them.
Okay.
Good job. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. So Carlee put in the app, she commented it was set up positioning with the bar. Let me double check. So question, where should I put my feet to keep from pushing the bar away in my setup? So this is what she's talking about. She comes down, bip, see that instantaneous roll forward. Basically, don't put your feet as far underneath the bar. Find a mark. If you lift in the same shoes every single time, find a mark when you step under the bar on your shoe, whether it's like the third ring. I know those Chucks, they got those little eyelets. If it's like the second, third, fourth from the bottom, use that. That's a good little marker. For me, everyone's different proportions. For me, I look down and I know it's like where my toe goes into my foot. That's where I look down and I see the bar coming across. So if it's pushing away, it means you're stepping too far into the bar. So when you go down into position, your shins are colliding with it. Here, shins, you push into position, bip, pushes the bar away, you're out front. You drive, sucks back. So just don't step under the bar as far. Find a mark on your shoe, whatever. I've even seen people put a chalk line on their shoe or something, a little something to give an actual very visible mark. Just don't step as far underneath the bar. Whatever that looks like for you, I can't see your feet because there are plates in the way because you got that bar loaded up, girl. So that's really about it. You're going to have to kind of play with that. This is where it's kind of a lab. I can't look at this and tell you where your feet need to be because I can't see your feet. If I had hands on, I could physically move you to a spot. But I don't. So you're going to have to plug and play with this. Okay, too far, not enough. But I love that you recognize this and you know it needs to change. So that's a big coaching win. So yeah, have fun experimenting. Welcome to powerlifting. Close grip.
Maybe.
I like the width. Looks good. Those are great.
All right, yeah. The way when I was watching the video, I thought my elbows were out further. I was like, maybe this is where I should be gripping for a normal bench. I've just been screwing that up the whole time.
I mean, you could come in a little bit closer for close grip, slightly. But no, I would not do this for normal bench because it is very tricep dominant from there up.
Yeah, it might just be the angle then. It looked like it was
your
that
regular
looks
bench
wider.
will probably be somewhere around here. But that's good, man. That's sound. I've got no issue with that.
Cool.
Deadlift PR.
So I ended up doing at the end of my workout for the deadlifts. I was like, I feel great. I'm just gonna try it. It was like 2 weeks ago. I was doing 285 for 5. Then a second set of that, and then I had to drop down to 275. And then a week ago, I couldn't even get 285 off the ground. I couldn't get 275 off the ground. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So then this weekend, when I felt good, I was like, I'm going for it.
Well done. I mean, that's a great PR, and it was technically sound too. If you're doing 285 for 5, mathematically, you should be pulling 335, which means
I thought that looked too easy when I was like, son of a bitch, it looked easier than it should have been.
So here's why 300 was hard. Fatigue. This is why you prep for a PR. This is why, like, early on in lifting, you can get away with, I feel good today, I'm going to send it and get a PR. That's just the nature of it because you're refining that movement pattern. To get an actual where your deadlift is, you need to deload that, recover, then send it. Because I promise you're pulling much closer to 325, 330 if you're doing 285. Let me plug it into the calculator.
Yeah, like this morning I did 3 sets, 2 at 290.
285 by 5. That would be
Thanks everybody for the comment.
285 5. Yeah, I mean, it says 320.7 pounds. So yeah, you should be pulling much closer to 330 than 300 with a deload should move fast. It's going to blow your mind. So if you actually prep for PR at the end of the program, give yourself a couple days to deload and then send it, you're going to blow your own mind.
All right, awesome. Thanks. Yeah, so the video before that one, my ass was jumping as I pulled, so I started to think a little bit more like, when I get down, bring your ass up just a little bit to get it.
Yeah, and you nailed it. And you were patient off the floor. Good.
I wasn't sure if they were too high. I had them 2 holes lower, and then the next set went up 1, and then the next set went up 1, and then I watched the video. I was like, this might be too high.
Pin squats, typically, you want to start off the pins.
You do start low. All right, yeah, okay.
But when you're learning them, it's okay to come out of the rack because getting comfortable at that is getting underneath the bar and starting from there and going up feels a little weird. So I give a grace period there.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Pin squats suck.
Less forward.
Yeah, I'm squeezing my butt hard in the beginning, like you said.
You actually got better by the second, third rep. No fatigue on that last one.
Yeah, and this was my 3rd set, and then I was like, I need a video. Yeah, I mean, it's still not low enough. It's still a little bit coming out of the hole, pitching forward. So just more reps, I guess.
Yeah, keep chewing on those same cues because this is better than last week. So it would be stupid of me to change something when we're still getting progress out of that set of cues. Until I see it stagnate or get worse, I'm going to just keep letting you work it.
So earlier you said push to somebody else who was trying to get their bar back. You said hinge, like push that butt out more. But aren't we supposed to start with our knees bent first on those squats?
No.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's something else I'm thinking wrong.
You break at the hips first.
Okay.
Because if we break at our knees first, what it actually does is it pulls our hips forward. So if we break at the hips and descend at the knees, it happens so close together, it honestly happens at the same time when you're not thinking about it. But if we break at the knees, then at the hips, we now are falling.
Okay.
So versus hips, knees, descend.
Okay. All right. Keep at it. Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck next week.
Thank you. A little bit behind. There we go. That was better. Don't look around. Do not. If you're deadlifting, squatting, benching, I don't want to see you looking anywhere but straight ahead. So that is actually about where you want to be. Because our thumbs are going to come straight up the side of our knees. We're in a neutral spine position. Our leg drive is going to go right into the bar. And then you come down and forward. Now we're out front. Now we're toe heavy. So what's going to happen is your hips are going to try and cheat. And we're going to lose some of that neutral spine. And we're going to go into flexion. Yep, immediately. Hips cheated forward. So this position that you were at here in setup, that's actually much closer to what we want to be. Now we're so far back that our hips are trying to cheat forward. I love this. This is where I want you to try and mimic. And then you drift forward, you come down, you completely change your position entirely, and then your pull looks totally different. So we want this position. This is ideal. Neutral spine, thumbs coming up the sides of our knees. You're doing a lot of moving around thinking. I want you to practice getting down to the bar, getting in position, and pushing the ground away. Because we need to replicate every single rep to look the same. So our setup needs to be the same every single time. There's so much variance from the time you're grabbing the bar to, it's literally 12 seconds from the time you grab the bar to the time you pull. It should be like no more than 5. Because we're doing all this thinking, all this. We're throwing ourselves out of any sort of rhythm that we can build to then ingrain that muscle memory. So I want you to practice getting down, because when you first got down into this position, you were there. You were there. And then you piddled around, and our position totally looks different. It changed like 3 or 4 different times. Yeah, see, look at all that movement. We get down, get to the bar, push the ground away. You had the right position when you first grabbed that bar. It was looking good. See, you do this little push forward. We don't want this. That little push forward is what's putting you out of position and bringing you into flexion and putting you past where you need to be. That is the culprit. Will, looks pretty good. It looks like we're out front. Reason being, this gap. So I want you to bring your butt back slightly up so you can get a more vertical shin position. The bar comes back, and now the bar's closer to you. See, as you break the ground, watch what happens. You have to roll forward because the bar's out away from you. Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Bring your butt up slightly, your knees will suck back, bring bar in close. You've been working on Jonathan squat pretty heavily. You look like you're depth, Jonathan. This is much better. Keep that back tight, keep that chest proud. Don't let that upper half fold. But you're getting down there now. This is very promising. You just needed reps, man. You just needed reps. Subtle changes and a shitload of reps. That's all it came down to. So we added some weight. We got shallower. Push for that depth. Your legs have the strength. Let yourself sit down. All right. It's a nice gym. So you're pressing out away from you. Drive towards that face. Everything else looks good. I just want to see you driving more towards your face. Legs are tight, squeezing butt, slight arch. This is all really, really good, Richie. Just want to see you drive more towards your face. That's it. We'll be able to see it more here, most likely. Yep. Drive towards the face. That's it.
Cool. Thank you.
Nick?
Both are pretty good. Talk to me.
What do you want to know?
Both are satisfactory. The one on the right
Okay.
slightly better. Your hands are over your elbows more, but both are pretty good.
Okay. So when I'm doing those, I need to keep my hands more over my elbows.
Yeah, we just want to keep them in line. We just
Okay.
don't want this. We just want to keep in line, like we're hugging a barrel.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Just so you know, anybody in person in the Pump Club meetup, if you ask for a bar pad, I'm gonna make fun of you. In person.
Fair enough.
I don't like them, Jimmy, because it creates a barrier between you and the bar. That's leverage, right? And that's a few inches. And it's not necessary. Get used to the bar on your back. There's knurling, it bites. When it comes to the main compound movements, we want direct input to the bar. So that pad moves, squirms, it can create instability. I hate seeing people back squat with them because of that reason. We don't want to give the bar any advantage or any leverage, and we want that bar on our back because it's communication between the two. So to have a barrier that can inhibit said communication, feeling, and stimulus and input, when this is all tactile and all physical body and space awareness, it makes it a little bit harder to feel things out. So, and if you have to adjust, say low bar or mid is better for you, you can't low bar squat with that. I mean, you can, it just won't go well. Let's take another look here. Your squat overall looks good. Are those shoes squishy?
No, not really.
Okay. Because you see at the bottom, we got some, it's going to be very quick. You come up out of the hole, watch your heels. Did you see that?
I didn't.
Watch right here. Coming up. Look at that. As we transition from descent to coming up, our heels slightly peel. Right there. So what that means is, as we're coming up, we're rolling to our toes. We want to keep our weight from mid-foot shoelaces where you tie the knot to the heel. Because as you get, like, say, 1 rep max, the bar's going to try and fold you. And I'm being picky here because once you get through that transition, and this is a very common thing in the transition from descent to coming up, is the roll to toes. Once you get through that transition, everything looks fantastic. But if you look here in the torso, there's just a very slight fold right there. Did you see what the bar did? I want you to watch the end of the bar here. So we're coming down. Everything looks great. It's in place. We're where we want to be. We're coming to our bottom. You input to change direction. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It comes forward. So that input of that rolling forward, that subtle sag in the upper torso is what's peeling your heels up. Or vice versa. It's pitching you slightly forward. But after you drive through that period, look at that. You get back onto your heels, and the bar path is beautiful. Look at that. You're driving your back into the bar. Look at those hips coming through. Everything's stacked. So for you, we need to work on that transition period. I want you to focus really, really hard as you come down into that bottom to squeeze that back and drive into the bar. So it keeps you to your heels and you don't get that subtle deviation. I'm being picky here. Jimmy, you have a great squat.
Cool, thank you.
I don't want to beat you down here and think this is atrocious. This is not a dog shit squat. This is a very good squat. I am being picky because it all goes so well that we have to attack a very fine-tuned point. And squat like this the rest of your life and see progress and be great and fantastic and be safe. But I'm here to make you as best as you possibly can be. So
sounds good. I'll try it without the pad too.
Yeah, we're gonna polish this, and you have a fantastic squat. I think it's one of your best lifts.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, Ty. I can see the bar coming straight up your shins. I love this. Look at that tension. Everything's tight in the back here. Packs his lats. Boom. Push the ground away. Snaps his hips through. Well done, Ty.
I'm not too high this time?
No. Your input to the bar, your leg drive, immediate.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'll go back real quick and show you. Right? Boom. Look, I mean, there was zero deviation. It is as soon as your leg drive happens, hips come forward.
Awesome. Cool.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Same thing that we kind of saw with Jimmy. You kind of come down and come forward. I want to see your squat from the front because I want to look at where your foot width is because it looks like your feet are rolling in. And I want to see if there's knee collapsing. So I want to tackle that before I give you any sort of cues because from the hips up all looks really good. Chest is proud, everything is good. I want to see what's going on with foot width and where your knees are tracking. So I want to see your neck squat from the front.
Okay. Will do. Did depth wise, was I getting down where I was supposed to? I know that was a little low or a little high last time. So
depth is fine.
Cool.
Rack pulls good. Good leg drive. Paul, I want to see that as you crest through that mid thigh, I want to see you squeezing that butt and trying to accelerate the bar. So your hips come through with a vengeance. Overall, really good rack pulls. Make sure you're just side note, really focus on that brace on these, man, because rack pulls are very lower back intensive as well. You see how we start to get into some flexion here. I really want you to really bind down into that brace really hard and be conscious of that. Jimmy, these look good. I want to see you with some weight on the bar. These look too. You got, it looks like some slight arch, proud chest, lats look where their shoulders, where they need to be. I like the leg position. And it looked like when you re-racked, we could see that tension release from your legs, which is good. So right here, you see that kind of, that back and everything come back down to the bench. It means he was squeezing. I want to see what a heavy bench for you looks like, man. I don't want you to deviate from your program, but I want to see this is so light and you're strong enough and your technique's sound enough that nothing's really coming apart. And I want to see what comes apart so we can kind of attack those things. So next, I don't know, heavy bench session, make sure you record it for me because I want to see what comes apart, what goes wrong, what goes right, and we can. There's just not enough going. It's too easy.
Thanks. Yeah, that was my workup set, so I just wanted to send it to see if I was doing it right.
Yeah, those look pretty.
Awesome. Thank you. And good luck next week.
Thank you. Not clicking. Ro, are you in here? Do I have you actively in the chat? What's not clicking? Because this all looks pretty good. You're slightly forward.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. I'm struggling. I'm at work. So, yes. So I wondered if I was slightly forward because Jen cued me earlier this week, and I realized I'm squatting. I was squatting more than I was deadlifting. Driving up okay, squatting on the way down, not deadlifting. And so then I did it this morning. And I'm like, well, now I'm just doing it all wrong.
No, this doesn't look painful. This is a good position. I like it. I think your hips could come up slightly more. So it'll
Right.
suck your knees back just a little bit, and that bar will come in slightly closer. So to bring your whole body position back. Because your hips
Okay.
up in this range of motion, up isn't going to be here. Up's going to be this direction because of levers.
Okay.
So as those come up, it'll bring your shoulders back, it'll suck your knees back, and bring the bar in slightly closer. And it might feel a little bit more of a vertical path.
Okay.
As far as the descent goes, this is good. So where a lot of people make the mistake is they bend at the knee on the descent first instead of the hips. You have to mirror the hinge pattern. So the last thing to come through is the hips. So the first thing to move on the way down, the hips need to come back and get out of the way. So you did that good. And then now your knees bend. I mean, you kind of just push forward at the bottom, but that's really about it. Otherwise, you reversed it down. Great.
Thank you. I must have spent an hour trying, because as I fixed what Jen said, because I was knees before I was hips on the way down. So I was saying it over and over and over, and I was like an hour, and then I was like, well, now I've just totally fucked it up. So, okay, noted.
No, you're doing great. I think you're being a little bit hard on yourself, which is bad. But I think you're doing it much more efficiently than you think.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yes. Mindy is seated barbell press. Yeah, these are hard. So her gripe, it made me laugh. She said, I'm submitting a seated barbell press. I'm new to them. They're so hard. I'm wondering if I'm missing a cue to get more strength, but I have a feeling they're just hard and humbling. If my goal is primarily to build overall strength, and these good to continue with, or would I get more out of standing press or back supported press? So there's a bunch of different press variations. This is just this is what's called a seated strict press, unsupported. Unsupported would be with the bench up at like a 90 and you're pressing that way. I prefer anything like this for the main, if we're talking a main press movement, either standing or seated unsupported, because of the core activation we get with it. It is supporting the press. So the only thing that is your rack position. This is not ideal for a strict press because we're kind of pinned back. We need to get in kind of a strict press position. A strict press and a push press positions are two different positions. A push press, we're much more vertical. Our elbows are high. It's on our delts because we're going to use our legs as the primary driver to throw. A strict press, we're actually more back because that weight, see how it's in your hand and it has your wrist pinned back? We need it in the meat like a bench press. Our hips are actually going to be a little bit more underneath of us. Our thoracic is going to be extended. So we're going to press, press, press through. It is a delayed head through part press. Just the mechanics are different because the drivers are different. So yes, your rack position is what's making that probably feel a little bit harder. We need to get, instead of here, we need to get our wrists stacked over our elbows, get our head back and out of the way, get our chest proud, and press to the sky, and then punch our head through. It's just a little bit different than a push press. The rack position for a seated, unsupported press or a supported press is the same. Just with a standing strict press, it is the same as your seated. So, yes, it was probably feeling a little bit harder. They are hard, period, but it was probably feeling a little bit harder because of that rack position. All right, Susan, dumbbell RDLs. Let's see what we got. These are good. You've got great range of motion. Susan, I want to see you slow the descent down a little bit. I want you to count to 3 on the way down. Get that time under tension. And I want to see you really activating the up with squeezing the butt. Squeeze the butt. That is our remember, we push our hips back behind our heels on these as far as we can. So as they glide back, we squeeze our butt to bring them back forward. Your back position, your hinge pattern overall is very good. I like it. You have great mobility. Look at this, neutral spine. You're very mobile. I'm jealous. So keep getting, are we a little, what are our heels doing? So yes, when you descend, I want the hips coming back even further at this point. So push back, push back, push back, push back, then knee bend. This is a good position. I want them pushed back sooner so we get more stretch. But you're doing great. I'm being picky because you're doing a pretty fantastic job here. A little bit shallow. We want to get down deeper for sure. So this needs to break this line. Reason why it's not is we're coming forward. That bar is over, kind of over our toes. We want that bar over midfoot. So with that being said, when we initiate the squat, we're breaking at the hips. That is good. I want you to drive your knees out and less forward, because as you're coming down to the reason why your depth is stopping is because you transition forward. Look at that. See how that bar came forward? See? Bip, bip. And then we come back up. So we need to stay midfoot heels and just sit deeper. But this position, the hips, the proud chest, this is all fantastic. I want you to keep that. That's really well done there.
Nick?
Yes, sir.
Probably try a live PR? Or
Yes, let me finish this form check real quick, and then we can run yours. We got one more. Yes, JP, we need to get deeper. Giannis, last one, and then we can do Jacob. Giannis working on his front squats. Feet wider, Giannis. Feet wider, hands a little bit wider. And I want you to sit between your heels. So when we open up the hips by getting our feet wider, you'll have a much more vertical instead of this kind of C pattern we're making with the bar. So I want to see your front squats next time with your feet a little bit wider. And I want you to add a 5 count eccentric. Yeah, I want you to go slow as shit. Because it'll make you a little bit more deliberate in your descent and your rack position. All right, Noah, how do I get his on the, I need to get out of this.
Yeah, did he submit it while you were?
No, he's doing it live right now.
Oh, okay. So exit out of your share, Nick. And then I got it.
Okay.
You see me? Yeah.
Got you. Good job. You were slightly out front. When the bar broke, it swung forward slightly. I don't know if you felt that or not. As the bar came up off the ground, it had some slight forward swing, which means your shoulders were in front of the bar. So we just need to kind of torque you back slightly. But after it broke and your body got in line, the bar sped up. It looked great.
Thank you.
Well done. Roger, Jen had also passed along your video of the seated good mornings. They looked pretty good. I didn't know if you had any questions on those. But you seem to take to them quite quickly.
Yeah, I just a couple of questions. So she thought I had too much weight, which I worked my way up to that 90 pounds, and that felt good for me. So I don't know. And she also didn't like that I straightened my legs out. But what I remembered was you saying I could either keep my legs like I was sitting or put them out. And
Yeah,
that's
yes. So it is a valid option. Not to get into the weeds or say anyone's wrong or point fingers, but it is a valid option. What it does is it creates more into the glute. So and where is there's a couple ways to do it. So you can do a seated like this, right? You know, wide stance, we're coming rolling forward. You tend to feel that more in the back. There is a slight bend with toes pointed up. I don't know if you can see my toes.
Yes.
Pointed up, and that will activate your hamstrings sooner. And then there's also legs straight, which is someone like me who has restricted range of motion. I get a gnarly hamstring stretch with like 4 inches of range of motion. So it is just a variation of the seated good morning. There is a few types, just like there are standing good mornings. You have stiff leg deadlifts and RDLs. This is kind of a variant of those, but with a top load. So yes, a straight leg is a valid option. I don't know if what felt good to you, what gave you the most activation, what made the most sense to your body.
Well, that was all of it did. I was sore the next day and the day after that, after I did both of them. And that's where my question today is going to be. I'm doing that dumbbell dominance, and it wants me to do goblet squats and RDLs, dumbbell RDLs. Mm-hmm. And my thought was the goblet squat would be with my legs up, and the putting my legs out would do the RDLs.
So yeah.
So instead of doing what they want me to do, I would do
the goblet squat's going to be load bearing on that foot. Because it's a squat.
Well, I know, but what I would do is the good morning instead.
Yeah, well, we still need some sort of quad activation. Do you have anything to do a leg extension with?
Oh, like yeah. I use my leg. I've got a machine that I use. It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay, so for anything squat or deadlift, on your squat days, we can do good mornings, and we can do leg extensions.
Okay.
On your deadlift days, we can do good mornings and leg curls.
Okay.
So we get both the glute and hinge, and we get a quad dominant, and we get a hamstring dominant. So for you, let's go with the good mornings that give you middle of the road range of motion. So we can do legs out with some bend. So somewhere here, feet flat on the ground. And I really want you to focus on keeping that lower lumbar nice and rigid. Our range of motion stops when it folds.
Right.
So we don't want lumbar flexion folding. We want a nice, pretty, I don't care if it's an empty bar. And it might not have been the weight that have been heavy, just been you're new to them. Moving forward, get me I want to continue you submitting them to me because we are adapting and modifying based on an injury. So moving forward, squat days, good mornings. Let's keep your good mornings lighter on the squat days, and heavier on the deadlift days.
Okay.
So we don't overdo it.
Okay.
Sound good?
That sounds good. My foot's getting a whole lot better. So the swelling is going way down, and I'm walking good. So I think in another month I'll be ready to just go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for
definitely
your
want to
time.
test the water and break that back in. We don't want to just go 0 to 100.
Right.
For sure.
Thanks for your time.
Yes, sir. We have any other questions? This is your opportunity for the Q&A portion.
Hi, Nick. When should we consider the stance for a squat to be a sumo stance? Because I want to widen my feet, but I don't want to be doing a sumo squat. I want to do
sumo squat is feet outside shoulders typically, and
just outside shoulders is already a sumo squat.
To be sumo, you kind of have to be outside your shoulders to get into that position.
Okay.
No one in here should be squatting sumo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty drastic. The only time you see people squat in a sumo stance is typically in equipped powerlifting where they're wearing squat briefs, which I think is stupid.
And do you make any extra efforts to widen the knees while you descend in the squat position?
Yeah, because your toes are so externally rotated that your knees point out anyway.
And you have to force it to be more open.
So it would look like this. So it would look. So this is like my regular squat width. This was sumo. My toes are out. So when I descend, I mean, you can't do this. Like your hips push your knees out.
Okay.
You should don't sumo squat, please.
No, I'm not trying to sumo squat, but it's just that for instance, yesterday I submitted a video to Jen, and then she said that I need to make place for my groins, and that maybe during my front squat I'm not wide enough with my feet, and which I think they are already at the.
You need to make room for your groin. Is that what you said? Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, that's the way I
so big. I gotta make room, fool.
Somebody I want to say.
Oh, come on, quit bragging.
So many one-liners. Come on.
Can't give softballs like that. Come on.
I gotta pull sumo because I just need the room, dog.
Stop! I knew you were gonna go there.
How can I leave that alone?
Maybe it's me.
Benoit, I am so grateful that English is not your first language.
Benoit, maybe it's me. Come on.
I do kind of remember his video and the feedback she was giving. And I think it was like kind of his groin and his hips. It was having a hard time getting between his knees, like getting down between his legs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's what she meant.
Yeah. So she's probably trying to get your hips to track between your knees, your knees and your heels. So she probably wanted you to come out. Usually when a coach tells you to widen a squat, it's not drastic. It's like a half-foot width. Just to open up your hips a little bit more so they can track more vertical.
Okay. And did she use the word groins, you think?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I actually do think she said groin, so you're not wrong.
Okay, good.
She could have. I mean, I've been like, you need to squat taint to paint, dog. Ass to grass. Let's party.
This is getting exciting. This is wonderful.
Next question. Now that we've concluded anatomy class.
Where's the black marker? You didn't throw it this time.
No, I didn't throw it last time because I didn't want to lose it. That's the only one. That's the last one.
Yeah, we'd like to see this on a whiteboard, please.
I ain't even got done painting. This is still the staging room for the rest of the house and moving in. I still got to paint. I got to do insulation behind these walls. It's cold as shit down here. We got any other questions? We wrapping it up. This will be the.
I think we can do anything else with that groin stuff.
Yeah. Ended on that note. What a note. I don't know if they have me doing a Zoom call next week because of the in-person stuff that weekend. So I don't know. If I do, it'll be in the heat of the middle of a water cut. So you guys have had me do that before, and load times tend to be, there's a lot of buffering when I'm that far into a water cut. So if no one's got any other questions.
I have one. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I submitted a couple of form checks last week and didn't make the cutoff. And I'm really in and out because it seems like every time you have a video, I'm either going somewhere, I got an appointment or something. But I don't know if you cover. I don't know where to look. If you got to those to critique them, I don't know where to
The
look.
ones I didn't, the leftover ones, I did the next day in a separate video. So
okay, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I did 2 videos last week for form checks because we had almost like 100.
So is it connected to the first Zoom somehow? Like, where do I find it? Like right in there?
Noah, where did you? They were uploaded in an article on the app.
Oh, okay, I'll look.
Can you
I can find
sorry,
it.
Nick, you cut out on my end. Could you say that again?
Her form checks didn't get in the last Zoom, and I explained that we had 2. I did 2 form check portions because there were so many videos.
Yeah.
It's probably there. I
don't know.
They're all on YouTube. Every time we do one of these, and then I also timestamp them in the description of the YouTube. So if you
okay, because I'm new, I've never submitted a check before, so I thought I'd missed it.
Yeah,
somehow.
no worries. And like, you just look for your name, and then it says your name with the time code next to it in the description. So it should be pretty easy.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Jacob.
Yeah, I have one question. I'm also in this water cutting game, and my question is, what do you eat or drink right before the competition to avoid this low energy thing then?
So like, are we talking like a powerlifting meet or something of the sort?
Again, sorry.
So your question is what to eat before like you test PRs or compete or what I'm eating, or I'm sorry.
Yes.
What I'm eating
Because
personally.
because for my competitions as tradition, I also do this water cutting, and I often in the fight at the competition, you have low energy then. So I'm asking what
How
you
long
are eating or
before
drinking then.
how long before your go time is your weigh in? How much time do you have?
And it depends. Sometimes 1 hour before, and sometimes one evening before. The evening
How
before.
much weight are you cutting?
Actually, not that much anymore, but about 5 kilos or something.
Still 10 pounds. That's significant. Especially if it's an hour before. I'll tell you straight up, I do an IV right after I weigh in. I take a bag with vitamins, glutathione, all that stuff, and then I take a second bag of just straight fluid. And then I do my nutrition is about 70% carbs because we need fuel. We need to replenish the glycogen stores that we just completely depleted. Our cortisol levels are probably going to be higher because our body's stressed out because it's thirsty, it's hungry. But you don't want to gorge immediately. So typically I'll do like a Rice Krispie treat, a blueberry muffin, and then I'll drink a Pedialyte as well. Do the Pedialyte Sports. And then about 30 to 45 minutes after that, I do 2 eggs, a waffle and French toast, and just get super carb heavy. Then every meal after that's typically like 3 ounces of chicken and then like 2 cups of rice. So it's super carb heavy. Like I said, my carb protein split's like 70-30. So you need to get the blood sugar back up. A good way to continue snacking so it's palatable to keep something in going is like gummy bears, things like that. I like Rice Krispie treats. Quick, fast, light carbs. If you're an hour before, I mean, you're so handicapped with that hour time frame. If it's the evening before, yeah, 100%. You need to start getting carbs in, getting electrolytes, sodium back in your body, things of that nature.
What about honey packets?
Yeah, fine. It's just quick carbs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do you change something between sets? Do you have more sets than one? Do you eat something between it?
Would he, in pertaining to what, training? Or
no, in the competition, because we have more than one fight actually.
Yeah, as soon as I get off the contest floor, I'm eating. So I literally how did I do it? What was my food of worlds? So I would come off my event and then I would immediately eat 2 Rice Krispie treats, a banana, 10 grams of dried mango, and then about 30 minutes would go by. I would drink 400 milliliters of pomegranate juice. And then I would have 2 more Rice Krispie treats and then a muffin. And then immediately after the second event, I leave. I do my chicken and rice. Then I do my waffle meal again. Rinse and repeat. So yeah, as soon as I'm getting done, I'm immediately getting carbs in my body.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
I have one more, maybe not related to any like water cutting, but as I was trying the PRs, I usually train in the morning before eating anything. So would it maybe make sense to, eat something before I try something like that next time?
1,000%. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to get something in you. Like I have pre-training meal, I have intra-workout carbs. Like you definitely want to, for those of you that want to lift heavy and want to focus on strength, you got to eat before you train. And it needs to be something fuel. It could be as simple as oats and blueberries, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy, profound. I know guys that'll eat, 2 ounces of oats and some Pop-Tarts, and that works for them. But yeah, you got to give your body fuel if you're trying to push, total tonnage and elevate that strength stuff. You gotta give your body the fuel to then expend.
Okay, thank you. I'll try to move my breakfast before the training.
Yes, sir. Anybody else? Going once?
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
I just on the workup sets. How much of rest do you do in between those? Like, and would you recommend in between like workup sets?
What do you mean?
So, like when doing the heavy lifts, whether dead, squat, something like that, and we have those now, the workup sets that we can put into the app.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a rest do you do between each set of the workup before you start hitting your actual set?
It depends where you're on the workup. Like my first 3 workup sets, I probably have, it's my rest between is how much time it takes me to load the bar. Mm-hmm. And then, I typically do somewhere around a minute to 90 seconds once I start getting up on the later end of my workup sets. My workup sets look very different. But you shouldn't need more than 90 seconds, 2 minutes once you get up towards the later workup sets.
Okay.
Yep.
I just wasn't sure on that, like if I was helping myself or hindering by like a lot on mine. It's just however long it takes me to switch out the weights, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the earliest ones, it's fine to have short rests because they're not costing that much and you're getting warm. The later ones, you definitely want a little bit of rest in between.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep. Jeanette, go ahead.
Sorry. I just have a question. You were talking about carb loading, and I do half marathons. I was just wondering if you carb load when you do races like that or not.
A lot of
Because I
people
get
do.
mixed. I heard different things. So.
A lot of people do. It depends person to person. It depends what your goals are. It depends how you've been training. So like, it wouldn't hurt, to kind of go into it with a little bit of oomph in the tank, but that doesn't mean like you don't want to go crazy. Like carb load doesn't
no.
go and do a meal of 200 grams of carbs if you're used to running off like 50 grams of carbs a meal. Like your body's not going to know what to do with that. So like I would just make sure you have a little bit of extra fuel, like just a little bit of extra. And if you're doing a marathon, I'd carry some sort of like, say, almond butter or honey.
Well, it's a half. It's 13 miles, not 26.
Yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead running 5. So, I would put a little something like in your pocket. Like if you start feeling a little bit of weird or depleted during, you can suck down a honey packet or some almond butter.
Yeah, I do the honey stingers.
you go.
Like I get it at Target. They have a sports area, so
Yeah, too easy.
all right.
Anybody else? All right. Well, we can end it here. Again, like I said, I'm not sure if they want me doing another one Wednesday with the Arnold, being that we'll have a bunch of in-person. So, Noah, do you have any insight on that?
In terms of the schedule for next week?
Yeah, as far as will I be doing a Zoom meeting or are we just doing the in-person stuff?
I don't know if it's been official yet. I know there's been talks of doing it from the hotel. Remember, they were like, "Oh, you guys."
Oh yeah, like a group one.
Yeah, so I will and we will keep you all updated, but as of right now, I would be prepared for anything, because that's just what we do around here. So, but obviously when we're gonna be, for those of you that are going to Columbus, we'll be doing a lot of those, in person where you'll be able to ask questions to the team. You'll be able to check your forms live. You'll be able to PR. So it's really going to be like a live Zoom situation all weekend. So if you do have to miss a Zoom next weekend, for those of you that are going to or next week, for those of you going to Columbus, you will not be disappointed.
Cool. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you. Excited to see everyone soon.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Nick. Good day, everyone.